Hey, yours truly here, Mr. Panuka, from Panuka Farm right here in Lusaka, Zambia. Um, I am in one of the sweet pepper, greenhouses here, which is looking quite fantabulous. Yeah, hope the dictionary actually has that word. Yeah, so I couldn't just, overlook that, but to share the lovely outlook of these greenhouses and the sweet peppers that are actually are here. So let me just give you a quick tour so that you actually see how we're doing with this greenhouse, and I think we'll see if we have time to also get to the other greenhouse that's just at the same age with this one. So yeah, let's do a quick run in the greenhouses. So this was transplanted on the 19th of October 2021, and let's just see how the greenhouse is doing. Some lovely green fruits coming up here, and of course some just about turning color. Different age groups here, and look at this lovely one already turning color. Obviously it's going out this week, so it's encouraging to actually see quite a lot of these young fruits coming up at the top. I think that's what you want to see in a sweet pepper thicket. So big ones at the bottom here just turning color, and then as you check up there, younger fruits coming up. So lots of these young ones coming up, which is very good and encouraging. And we can actually see also some young fruits also coming up here. So quite a very lovely thicket here. It's a forest of sweet pepper. You can actually see how it's coming up, and generally the nutritional component is really on point. So this is quite a good job from our team. So we've actually been harvesting from these greenhouses. So what you want is this gradual turning of color. For us, it's about consistency in production and supply. So we don't want a variety that's going to get ripe at the same time. So yeah, more lovely fruits here, and some great outlook of the greenhouses. From a succession perspective, we transplanted this on the 30th of October 2021. So that's actually bound to take over from the one that I just looked at. And it's also another set of greenhouses that's doing very well. Some lovely fruits coming up. So it's very important to just make sure that there's continuous investment in newer greenhouses, so that there's good succession planning in the production cycle. So much younger greenhouses coming through, some lovely fruits there. So this is again another sweet pepper crop that's actually lined up in succession from the older sweet peppers. So this was transplanted on the 18th of January 2022, and look at how lovely it already looks like. So we've just started now the process of trellising. You can actually see the trellising twine now getting affixed to the wire, and then we'll start stringing this upwards. Pretty soon, like next week, we should actually be done. You can actually see on this other side we've already commenced that process. So pretty soon we should be done with this process, and the greenhouse will begin to look immaculate. So like we always do, we just want to make sure that we check how the other greenhouses are actually doing, and see whether there's uniformity in the growing pattern, the general outlook, because that's very important, I think, in farming, to make sure that you don't do flukes. You get it right in one greenhouse, and then in other greenhouses you can't actually replicate what you get in other greenhouses. You've got to have that continuity, consistency in the production systems. And so yeah, so let's just get to the other greenhouse so that we see how that other greenhouse is actually doing. So getting to greenhouse Panuka number 2 here. So there you go. That's the general outlook. So this greenhouse is also doing quite very well. You can actually see some very lovely, bouncy, blocky fruits here. So these ones are certainly about, 150 to about 200, grams. That's what you want. So in here, we have actually more, ripe fruits. So we've kind of been hit briefly, kind of bacterial, spot, but that's something that we, trying to fix. But generally, you can actually see more fruits coming up, young ones, and then, quite a lot of them, getting ripe. That's what you want to see in a paper crop. So quite some very lovely, scenery here. And we're loving what we're actually seeing in these greenhouses, the sweet pepper production. But every day, it's learning. We've had this situation where, the fruits just start shrinking. We've checked it's not a calcium deficiency, so it's something that we're actually still investigating. And this is kind of localized in this greenhouse. We tried to actually, uproot. I think the root formation looks okay, slightly compromised, but it's something that we're actually trying to fix. So as soon as we in the know, we will let you know what's going on with some of these plants. Otherwise, the rest of the greenhouse here, lovely, great, fruits as always. Yeah, we're loving this. So that was just a quick, tour, sweet pepper, greenhouses, just giving you a bit of, what's going on. Many more younger, crops are being transplanted, obviously, to take over from this one. And the other greenhouse that we showed you, it's all about succession, production. That's how we roll, practices here. So from yours truly, Mr. Panuka, have a lovely one wherever you're watching us from. And if you're loving, the content, please remember to, subscribe and share the word so that whenever we upload, some juicy tidbits on, sweet pepper or any other crop, you actually get, to know that, yeah, it's happening at Panuka Farm. So wherever you are, have a lovely one. Bye-bye.